Morning Hustle Show, L'Oreal. I have a very special guest in the building today. Somebody who I've been telling her from the beginning, oh no, you got to come on the show when you are ready. Kelli Ferrel is in the building.
Yay!
Wait, that's not a last name that's going to stick around long, is it?
Not at all.
How long would you say?
I'm in the process.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? Like it took me forever to like change. Once I got married, to change like my last name like fully and like the passport
Right.
to the ID.
That's a lot of work.
It's like a whole like process. So it's not like I can just like go down there and change it and everything changes. So
Right.
I'm in the process.
What are we changing it to?
I'm gonna go back to my maiden name. Look, I don't need these people Googling all my.
Well, it's about to be on the
Child.
Housewives. Just in case y'all don't know, which y'all should, I'm totally sure you know by now. Season 16 of the Atlanta Housewives.
Yes.
You are one of the stars. You got a peach early on, girl.
Thank you, boo.
Some people had to fight for their peach.
They had to fight for it, baby. They threw me in, but I caught it.
Do you
I caught
feel
it.
like you fought for your peach, though? Because you never was a friend of the show or anything, right?
No, I think, this was their third time of casting me. I think that it was the most perfect timing in my life, honestly, for me to do the show. But I didn't have to fight for my peach, but I definitely think I'm working hard for my peach.
I think you are.
Yes.
I think that you came out swinging. Let's just start with that. So me and you actually met a few years before you started Housewives. We were on a panel together.
Yep.
And I'm like, I really like her. Like, your story was dope. You're a beautiful girl. You're like fun. I say girl because you're so small. It's a woman.
It's okay.
So let me take that back.
Yes.
You're a beautiful woman.
Thank
but
you.
you're just fun size, and I love that about you. You're like a little Polly Pocket.
I am a little Polly Pocket. Phaedra calls me her Polly Pocket.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And then because you're so glamorous when it comes to, and I feel like that's some of the things that at some points we were missing from Atlanta. Like we see it with Beverly Hills and all the other franchises, but when it comes to Atlanta, I feel like sometimes they said we wasn't getting as rich.
Yeah.
We wasn't given as rich as the other places here in Atlanta.
This season, baby, we are giving it all.
Yeah.
I mean, are we serious?
Yeah.
You got, I think all of the women are bringing luxury back to the show. And I'm so excited for that. I got 20,000 events, which I typically always have things going on anyway. And, you have Shamia, who's already successful in her own right. But then, people get to come in and see, what her life really looks like, which I think is amazing. She's so humble, and I think you have Angela, who's, clearly, married to the one and only. So I think it's just, it's a beautiful mixture of women that are already successful in their own right. And I think now, just showing what that looks like.
Well, you said Angela. Sorry. You said Angela is married to the one and only, is what you said specifically, right?
The one and only, right?
The one and only man that Portia said that she would. She said she better calm down before she sleeps with her husband. Now, I know your initial meeting with Portia, you kind of questioned her on rumors or speculations that people thought that she stole Simon away from Fallon.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you feel now that y'all are more like cool, or from what we've seen so far, that she said comments like that? Because you actually were the one to expose it a little bit, no?
I mean,
Angela heard it.
Angela heard it.
Yeah.
Angela heard it. I didn't expose anything. Everybody heard it.
But you co-signed the fact that...
She said it.
She said it.
I can't...
Yeah. So what do you think about those comments?
Hide your husbands, hide your wives. That's all I can tell you.
Because you've been married, obviously.
Yes.
You're getting out of your situation now. But do you feel
I'm divorced, girl.
You're divorced. You're officially divorced.
11 years.
Well,
yes.
11 years y'all were together. How long have y'all been divorced now?
A few months.
A few months. Okay.
I officially got divorced a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
But originally, when you were coming into the show, I feel like it was like a different time for you, where maybe you still was maybe dealing with a little bit of your relationship still. Do you feel like your opinion has changed on Portia?
Let me say this. I can say, being a woman that went through a very nasty, traumatizing divorce process, I feel bad for Portia. You know, at the end of the day, I would not wish divorce on anyone.
Right.
And I know that it is very difficult mentally, physically, financially to go through. So I can say that, you know, no matter what our differences is with, you know, how she gets her husband or whatever the case may be, I still feel sorry for her in regards to her going through that process. She's still a mother, you know, she's still a single woman that's fighting to, you know, struggled and take care of her business, you know, financially. So I can, you know, definitely share those experiences with her, I think. And I'm a woman, you know, so I feel, I mean, of course I feel bad, you know, but.
So if her next wedding is Charles Oakley, would you attend?
Now.
Would you attend?
What is happening?
I'm just saying, you never know.
No, I would never. I think that's crazy.
Listen, I've seen crazier things happen on the
I
Housewives.
got nothing to do with this. I mean, Angela already didn't want to speak to me last night after the episode.
Yes, I saw that. So, okay, so some of these ladies you didn't know before you started filming, correct? Just Britt, was she like one of the main women that you knew coming in?
I did know her prior to the show.
Yeah, and now we see that you guys' relationships are changing a little bit.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of things on the blogs, it doesn't seem like y'all are friends anymore.
Yeah. You know, I think just, you know, watching the show, but no, we are not. But
did you expect something like that would happen? Because I feel like we've all seen reality TV. We've all seen Kim and Nene be thick as thieves, and then next thing you know, they want to kill each other. So did you know going in, like, I could potentially lose this person as a friend? Did you really care?
I did. Honestly, because one thing about me is I'm a very loyal friend. Like, if we are friends, I ride for you. Like, you know, like, it hurt me that, you know, and I mean, you'll get to see it on the season, unfortunately, but no, I didn't think, you know, to compare our friendship to other seasons, because when you're a real person, you know what I mean, and you're going into it being your authentic self, I mean, you would hope and think that, you know, you can enjoy this experience together and, you know,
that you can remain together. So in hindsight, now everybody has seen everything play out as far as the Kenya Moore situation with Britt. Has your opinion changed after seeing other people's reaction, after seeing it play out versus when you were there in person?
I don't think my opinion changed seeing other people's reactions. I think my opinion changed experiencing similar circumstances. Okay. If that makes sense. Yeah. So that's something that clearly you guys are going to have to see on the show. But I think my experiences, I never base off of other people's experiences. Yeah. I only go off of what I was able to experience with that person.
But you know how sometimes, like, maybe somebody might bring something to your attention that maybe you didn't look at it a certain way.
No, that I didn't. You know, like, and it was, you know, of course, like, when you're filming, like, you don't pick up on everything. You know what I mean? Like, some people are mic'd and, you know, you can only hear certain things. So when I'm watching the show, like, I'm finding out new things too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, so it's certain things that I didn't know that were said or, you know, clear, or maybe I didn't understand in that, you know.
You didn't know that she threatened Kelli Ferrel with a gun.
No, I really did not. Yeah. I promise you I didn't.
Because I was shocked at that. Not only, so we see baddies, and that makes sense. Yeah. You see Love and Hip Hop, I might even take that. Yeah. But when you think of the Housewives, I don't really know no housewives that's like, I'm going to pull out my gat and get the spraying.
You know, I'm like security. You know, like security with Kenny.
Which you always have security. That's right.
Always have security. You always have security. You know, my situation's a little different. I don't have to, you know,
Now, what about the people that, because like you said, you always have security. This is something that you've been doing. What about the people that are like, oh, this is just for the show? Do you just ignore when people say things like that? Because, you know, sometimes, even with Britt, they'll be like, oh, she doesn't have that car. That car is for the show. Or, you know, Kelly doesn't walk around with security all the time. That's just for the show. No, do you clap back at people, or are you just letting them say what they want?
I just let them say what they want. I really haven't. You want to try to take this? I'm sorry. I really haven't, like, paid attention to so much of what, you know, like, no, because, I mean, my life is my life. Anybody that knows me, they know that, you know, what my life has looked like, what I've been through, and I'm pretty much an open book to everyone. Of course, you know, I'm a different open book now because I'm on the show, so it's a way bigger platform, but no, I mean, People that know me for real.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
I know
so
you got a real big fan in the room right here because your first location for chicken and waffles.
I got in trouble, girl. He was like, "No, wait a minute."
He's really upset.
Like, I ain't had nothing to do with that. Wait a minute.
You was down the street from him where he lived. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to pull up on your spot a few times, and the wait was so crazy. I was like, I know the owner.
Listen, you know how many times I know the owner. I created a I know the owner sandwich on the menu now.
I know that's right. No games being played. So we all know that you have been very successful at your chicken and waffle business, right?
Yes.
Well, now you know when it comes to the housewives, they always got to throw some shade.
Of course.
Somebody said your waffle was soggy, child.
Girl, ain't never stepped foot in there.
Ain't never stepped
foot up in there. I think, you got to be careful with people that ain't got much to lose.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest. You got to be careful with people that don't have much to lose. I think at the end of the day, sorry, Lamont. I think at the end of the day, my work speaks for itself. I've been in business for 8 years.
Yeah.
Had a thriving and successful business prior to being on this amazing platform. But it ain't much you can tell me, baby.
Yeah.
I have been able to be on pretty much every cooking show, Food Network, OWN. I mean, I put in some work.
Yeah, you definitely have. And like I said, I've seen it with my own eyes. The doors flooded, cars everywhere, people waiting outside to come eat. Okay, so it's not like you ain't making it up. We've seen it with our own eyes. You know what I mean? So one thing we did see though on the blogs, they said that you had a little issue legally. Mm-hmm. They said, "Now I know you was making money up in there,
baby.
You wasn't paying your bills, Kelly,
baby."
What was happening?
So, I mean, it's a legal matter, but I can say this. At the end of the day, that's for a location that's never been open. Not one employee has been in there. It's not even open yet. Okay. So, we good at McDonald's. Y'all can show up. Ain't nobody coming to put no bars on the doors.
And you got another location you're actually opening, though.
So, that's that location.
Oh, that is that location. That one ain't opening no time soon.
Let's just see.
Yeah.
Let's just see.
Would you go out of state, or is this just something you're trying to keep in Georgia? Like, when you first decided to even go into the restaurant business, because you were doing fashion before, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was the pivoting moment, and why chicken and waffles?
Well, I mean, I did a vision board, honestly. So I created Nana's off of a vision board 8 years ago. And that's how I created Nana's Chicken and Waffles. And the goal, in which the goal still is and maintains, is that, eventually I'll franchise and you'll be able to see Nana's and get a Nana's in all places. It was never just meant for Conyers, It was never just meant to, I think it's definitely a bigger plan. And I'm gonna constantly work on that plan. I'm just like any other entrepreneur. I have my failures. I have my moments. I'm just went through a horrible divorce.
Yeah.
Which is financially draining as well.
I'm sure.
So I'm just, when you look on the show, you see me rebuilding what my life looks like. And that is to inspire and to motivate, and it's to really give you my authentic self, to show you that it's not always perfect. You have your moments, you have your downfalls, but it, again, showing how you overcome those.
So what was are you willing to talk about the reason why you got divorced, or why you decided to leave?
I think you gotta watch
the show. Or did you leave?
I did.
Okay.
I did leave.
You did leave.
I did.
And how did y'all even meet, you and your husband?
We met through, oh my God, a mutual friend? At Lennox, girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, explain to me.
What was that restaurant at Lennox? Remember it used to be in the front? And it had the patio?
Right.
No, it wasn't Prime. What was it? In the front of Lennox. What was it?
Del Frisco's across the street from it?
No, I just only know Cheesecake Factory.
And
It was a restaurant. I'm talking about, this had to be 20, probably 20 years ago. Yeah, probably 20 years ago.
I know Twist that used to be at Phipps. That's all. I want it back.
We love some Twist.
And I want it back.
I miss me some Twist.
So I don't remember what restaurant was there, but y'all met at the restaurant.
We met at the restaurant through a mutual friend.
So you sure it wasn't Cheesecake Factory then? I feel like Cheesecake Factory been there forever.
No, it was another restaurant. I'm gonna find it. And you'll be like, girl.
All right. So y'all met there.
We did. Yeah.
Did he pay for your first meal?
I don't even remember.
Because how did he bag you?
I don't remember.
You know,
I mean, he was a smooth talker, but you know, I mean, he was. Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? I got to anyway. When I first saw your wedding photo, I thought that was your father or something. I did. What? I did. I was like, who is this guy? I was like, that must be her uncle on her father's side. I was like trying to figure out what attracted you.
Oh my God.
I just want to know. Because like you're a beautiful woman. So like, and I got in trouble before for calling somebody. I'm not calling him ugly, but like.
He's an older, distinguished.
A distinguished look.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So like he just was that nice. Okay. So you're divorced right now, okay.
Let me tell you.
Okay. Yeah, please tell me. I want to know.
Oh,
You a damn fool.
What?
I should have known it was gonna be like this with you today. I knew it was gonna be something.
Oh my God.
Listen, I met that man. I clearly fell in love with him.
Yeah.
And I was married to him for 11 years.
You
and
were.
Trust me, it was not for people like she had to marry him for the money.
Okay, that's what a lot of people say. I didn't want to just come out and say it.
No, we didn't had it, lost it, and got it right back. You
Yeah.
know, so no, I actually that was my husband, and you know, clearly my children's father, and I wish him well.
Yeah, but he's kind of being spiteful right now.
He is definitely
Putting you in a situation. So when you're filming and that goes through that, because you also have to keep yourself intact and for your kids and making sure everything's good. So when do you have those conversations with your kids? Because do they see you sometimes looking maybe not like yourself? Because like you said, when you're going through divorce, you have those moments that are not as happy as what we're seeing on television. So
Absolutely.
is that conversations you've had to have with them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I try and talk to my kids before, like if I see something on the blogs or if a story is coming out, I always try and make sure I have that conversation with them first before they have to hear it from friends or have to see it on social media. You know, my kids, I mean, pretty much everybody's on social media except the twins.
Right.
But you know, Chloe and Chance, they are very well aware of, you know, things that are happening and transpiring, and I, you know, try and be very honest with them and an open book with them, right? Because I feel like hearing it from me first, you know, can justify everything else.
Right.
And I don't want them to have to look at the blogs or have to look at articles and, you know, that might be spent or turned or, you know, sometimes they don't get things correct, but yeah, I have that open conversation with them.
Right. How do they feel? Like, how is it being on television for them and like their friends seeing them on there? Is things changing for them in school?
They love it. Definitely a little bit
That has
for
to be
school.
cool. Yeah, that has to be cool.
Definitely a little bit. You know, I was super nervous because it's Chloe's last year. She's a senior. So I was a little nervous.
She looked like she the mama because she taller than you.
Right?
She tower over you.
My baby just went to prom, girl. But
oh wow, that's scary.
Yes. She just went to prom last weekend. So, but the girls are doing really good. They are adjusting. I mean, of course, they're used to me, you know, being on television. But girl, at home, I'm just mom. They don't give a good goddamn about any of it. They like,
another bag.
Yeah. Are you showing up to the to the field trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You definitely spoil them.
Yes, they are. So
which is amazing. Because who doesn't want to be spoiled by their mom?
Thank
But
you.
one thing you did call somebody out for trying. Apparently, she was trying to purchase something for her child at your Balmain event. Okay, and apparently that didn't happen. Do you feel like you were kind of wrong for calling her out at the charity event about spending
absolutely
money?
not. You think they wouldn't call me out?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
No, we gotta hold it. Listen, it's a sisterhood. We gotta
Yeah.
hold each other accountable,
Yeah.
right? So I think if I gotta hold my accountability, so do you.
Which we're talking about Drew Sidora. Did she ever, did y'all get to the bottom of that? Did she purchase anything that day?
She said she did. I ain't seen a receipt yet.
No.
But you know, if she says that she purchased something, I'm gonna take her good old Drew Sidora word for it.
Okay, so let's talk about that. They say she tends to bend the truth a lot. Is there something that you agree with?
I think she's a good actress.
Yeah.
And I think she's a great singer. Yeah.
So when it comes to the dentist, do you think that's a storyline? Or do you think this is something that they put together? Because Portia has said numerous times on different episodes that she feels like this is something put together to just kind of piss her off.
I don't know. I'm really not sure on that. I don't know how that worked out. I don't know if they had a conversation, you know, prior at the lounge. I'm not sure. All I can say is, you know, I definitely understand Portia's perspective on filming with, you know, exes and baby daddies. I think certain things are off limits. I think, you know, maybe take some of your own advice maybe sometimes as well. But
yeah. Because she would have been filming with somebody's ex as well had Simon been on this season.
Right?
I'm asking.
I mean, you coming hot.
What? You kind of set me up for that one. It just was, I don't know. I was going to leave it alone. Well, you know what? I watch What Happens Live after one of the episodes, the one that Portia was on with Giselle, right?
Yeah.
Just recently.
Okay. I didn't get to watch it. Tell me what.
So they played a game, and it was like F, marry, kill. I can't remember who the third person was for some reason, but one of them was Apollo, and one of them was Ralph.
Ooh.
And Portia said kill Apollo, and she would marry Ralph.
Wow. Are you serious?
That's what I thought, too. So I was wondering what your thoughts is on that. I mean, you have to pick out of the three people, so she had to pick some, but she said they're all fine. And she said she would marry Ralph. And I thought I was extremely shocked by that. So I just wonder what your thoughts are.
Neither one of them are African, so I think we're good.
I wonder what you would say. Can you find me who the third person was? I know it was Apollo. No, not on that one on your phone. Yeah, I know it was Apollo, Ralph, and it was one more person. I just wonder what your order would be with these three guys.
None of them.
You have to pick. It's F, marry, kill.
None of them.
So kill.
It seemed like I don't kill all of them. It seemed like they all want to take their wives
Martel?
down.
Oh, I didn't know he was the third one. Okay, so Martel from Huntsville, right?
Mm-hmm. It seemed like a whole bunch of no's to me.
No, so kill.
I would kill them all.
See, and I think that you could say that and get away with it. What about Love Hotel? You're single now.
Sign me up.
You what?
I'm just waiting for Bravo to call me.
I know that's right. What is your is that your type? I was gonna say, what is your type? Is Kelli, girl.
I'm not doing
What is your type?
I'm not doing this with you.
So you don't really care about looks. So what else is it? What? I'm just saying. So looks is not important. So what is important to you? Oh,
You gonna get me every time, girl.
What's important to you in a man?
He has to be a man of God.
Okay.
Hello. He needs to, you know, be in a great financial, or a decent financial position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least do good for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has to have clean nails.
Oh yeah,
Really
that's
good on
important.
that.
Especially putting your dirty palms on people. Like, come on.
You know, good with children. That is super
Yes.
important.
Okay.
I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, tall.
I like that. I like this lineup.
Dark skin,
I think they can find someone good for you
No
on
hookah.
Love Hotel.
No hookah.
Oh, you don't like a hookah smoker.
I don't like a hookah smoker, and I don't like a man bag wearer.
A saddlebag they put around across
I
top.
don't like. Well, I don't. When you have like this clutch in your hand, have you seen the men wear like
The
that?
little Louis pouch looking thingies.
That is like.
You don't like that.
No, I don't feel like you can protect me.
Yeah, and they also can't be a dancer because from your. Look, I'm with you though. I'm not the best dancer.
I'm not a dancer. Girl.
You was trying to line dance. I don't know what you was doing.
Just figuring it out.
Have you improved? Have you tried again?
Absolutely not. You should have seen me last night at the brunch. It was horrible. No, I can't dance. That's one thing. Like, y'all can have me cook some food, you know, have some fun, but dancing I'm not. You gonna get that one. I can electric slide to anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you can do.
Now what? Now don't count me out the electric slide.
Okay. So
But
we got you in
anything else?
that.
I'm trying to learn it. Boots on the ground.
Oh, girl. I don't think so.
I just want the fan part. Shamia was trying to teach me last night, girl. And then they were trying to teach me that Tamia dance. I would never.
Yeah.
You know how to do that dance?
No.
I did 2 steps and I was like, oh, yeah, I can't have this.
Yeah, I sit down and watch everybody else try to do it. Or I just act like I know what I'm doing.
I like when they be like doing the whole, like,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that is kind of cute, I
I'm
guess.
still just a badass dancer, girl.
All right, so if somebody is getting kicked off the show or another somebody, who do you think that person is that will not be returning to season 16?
I guess that's for the fans to decide.
Is there somebody you don't want to see come back season 17? I feel like the same person that you about to say is the one I think. Is it Britt?
Do you think we're thinking alike or?
Just with that, I don't see me. I personally don't care to see Britt back next season.
You don't?
No. I do want to see Kenya back.
I would love for Kenya to come back.
You think Kenya will? Because I did notice at the end of the season, they never said that she was like permanently taken off. I do think these confessionals she's doing on her own might put the nail in the coffin though if she don't be quiet. It's like, have you seen them?
No. Well, I mean, I see him like on my stories. I haven't like looked at him, but I mean, I've heard about him.
So I think with Nene even that Nene could have returned had she not done all she did after she was
The whole situation.
taken off. So I feel like we're seeing a repeat of that with Kenya. I'm not saying it's as bad. I'm just hoping she doesn't go as hard because I would love to see her back season. So would you, right?
I had a great time with Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, again, I probably did not get that same, you know, that same experience that maybe someone else did, but I had a great time with Kenya, and I wish her well. Her business, and you know, I wish her well.
Who's your favorite out of the whole cast?
Shamia.
I see that. You guys are like, your relationship seems to be growing a lot.
We have so much fun together, like, you know, filming and when we're not filming, you know, like we have a really great time and a great relationship. My kids love her. I love her family. We just have a really good, like, you know, bond. And we've really been building that too, like after
I love
the
that.
show. So.
Do you feel like Portia's a good friend to her?
I definitely think that Portia could be a better friend to her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Does that answer it?
Kinda.
Okay.
Like, in what sense? In what sense?
I mean, I think just loyalty is everything, you know? I definitely think that she, you know, could just be a better friend to her. I think Shamia is deserving of that, you know, because she's a very loyal person, a loyal friend. She's a great friend, you know, to have, and very supportive. And I think that should be reciprocated. I don't think it was reciprocated as it should be.
Right.
You know, I would have higher standards. And I would think that, you know, you just support your friend and you want to see her win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think this is a great season for Shamia to finally, you know, she's been a friend in the show for, you know, a few times. Yeah. And I think, you know, finally to get to see her journey of all that she's been through. And, you know, I you know, they always say like the newbies and the OGs, and I was hoping it would be probably a little bit more support for her. But the other ladies with me, I mean,
I don't feel like you're getting that hazing. That like Eva's a good friend of mine, and her first season they came at her. Claudia Jordan's also a really good friend of mine, and they came at her, but she was ready.
She was ready.
Like Claudia, do not play that. I was like, she's not one to argue it. But like, I feel like with you came out swinging.
I mean,
you
I
didn't
came
really
out
get
just being
the
myself. But I did not. That's what I'm saying. Like I got open arms. Like even with you know, me and Portia might have had our things, but it was still a respect level there, I believe.
What do you think it is? It's like I don't understand how everybody else has been hazed except for Kelli.
Except for me. Maybe it's my security.
You ain't got to have a gat. He got
Shout out to Kenny.
I love that. Okay, so what do you have coming up next that we don't know about it? Because listen, I know you're coming back next season. I didn't hear not one person say. Everybody is saying that they don't want Britt back.
Really?
She's not giving Housewife.
What is she giving?
Love and Hip Hop.
Ooh. Okay.
Like, and I'm not even trying to shade her because I was on Love and Hip Hop before.
Yeah.
And I ran off of it the second I could. But, and it was also way before all the Stevie J's and all that. But it's just like the drama that comes along with it. Now, don't get it twisted. Once I've seen in hindsight, I think anything to do with revenge porn is awful. I do think that that's terrible. But I do think there's a difference between doing porn or webcam and you putting these images out there on OnlyFans and you saying, was she underage? Was that a truthful statement about her being underage in these pictures? Do you know?
I don't know what the pictures look like because I left out.
Oh, I seen them.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. Everybody shows and tells me everything. I saw the dick in her mouth on the poster.
No.
Yeah. They said that there's rumors out there saying it was young Berg.
Ooh.
Did you see that? Hear about that?
I didn't see that.
So she didn't tell you that.
No.
She didn't say, hey, that was so-and-so's dick. You know. I seen Drew Sidora said it looked familiar, which I thought was crazy.
No,
she did. It was on the episode. She was like, the person called her.
The person,
but she said it looked familiar, and I'm like, it was a dick. Like, huh?
It wasn't one I knew. I don't know. Wasn't one I could identify.
Okay, back to what you got going on.
I don't know nothing about it.
I love this. Yeah, so what outside of the Housewives can we expect from you? Where can we support you?
Yes, I'm just working. Make sure you guys come to Nana's Chicken and Waffles. Make sure you come show me some love. Make sure that you are following me on all platforms. Who is Kelli? Cooking with Kelli, Nana's Chicken and Waffles. Of course, buy these products, child.
Yes.
You know, I got this waffle mix, mimosa mix, Cajun grits, 24 karat gold maple syrup, and cookbooks.
I love that. Are you going to be at BravoCon this year? You are a fan favorite, so I could see you being there. You're going to be at BravoCon. I could already see that. Yeah, I cannot wait.
If I go, are you coming?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, good.
I'll be there. We'll be outside supporting you. They moved it to Miami last year, right? It was like a mini version. It's usually in New York. Yeah. So if it's in Miami, I'm there.
You there?
If it's in New York, nah.
Okay.
No, I'm there too. I'm there. I'm there with you.
Come show me
my
some
girl
love.
Kelli. We just gonna call her Kelli for now because she changing that last name. You really not gonna tell us what your last name is?
Potter.
There we go. Oh, I like that.
You like Kelli Potter?
Yeah.
Now everybody sees me and knows me as Kelli Potter. They be like, I went to school with that girl.
I like that. Kelli Potter.
Kelli
Potter, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, thank you.